All right, traders, today is June 10th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. My SPY pivot this morning, 532.81. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour bearish cross and a 10-minute downtrend. SPY and QQQ made new all-time highs on Friday. SPY, QQQ, FNGU are still in uptrends, while IWM and Diamond Dow remain in downtrends. Diamond Dow made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish cross, but under the 17 EMA. IWM made an inside day, closing below the bearish trap, below the 17 EMA. FNGU made a lower high and a lower low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Gold restarts the downtrend, making a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. Silver still in a downtrend, made a lower low and a lower high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO still in a downtrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG still in the uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in a downtrend, closed near the 104.90 area. US dollar actually just made a higher high this morning. When it closed yesterday, it closed near 104.90. So we'll take a look at that later on. Good morning, Marley. All right, so let's take a look at some charts. Okay, so here's SPY on the daily. Okay, you got let's just see what we got. The low was 532.53. The low was 532.68. Okay, so we got an outside day on SPY, but it made a new all-time high yesterday. Friday. So we got a lower low and a higher high, but it made a new all-time high, closed over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Today's price action kind of floating right here around the 533 area. On the 2-hour chart, you can see we closed under a bearish cross. So the 2-hour chart is going transitioning into a 2-hour downtrend. That's what it looks like. 10-minute chart, we left off Friday. We have a 10-minute downtrend, a 2-hour bearish cross. Okay, my SPY pivot this morning is, let me see if I can find it one more time. 532.81, so let's set that up. And 532.81, which puts it right about there. See the bottom of these two bullish engulfing candles or bullish engulfing moves right there. So below this, I'm a bear. Above this, I'm a bull. So there's SPY. All right, let's take a look at QQQ on the daily chart. All right, QQQ on the daily chart puts in a new all-time high. All right, also making a lower low. So outside day on QQQ, higher high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Okay, still bullish. So QQQ and SPY still in uptrends. FNGU put in a lower high, lower low, closed over a bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA, still in an uptrend. IWM. All right, so IWM closed, let me make sure this is the right day, okay, closed. Lower high, lower low, closed under a bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. That's IWM. Still in a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. Diamond Dow. All right, so Diamond Dow still hasn't broken this high right here. All right, so Diamond Dow made a higher low and a higher high, closed over a bullish cross, but underneath the 17 EMA. Okay, so Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. All right, so let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. We spent most of the day on Friday in the sell zone. We gapped up, and T2122, you can see right here, we made lower highs and lower lows in the T2122. T2123, selling from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. T2123 3 bar. Here we are finally embracing the rising 200 SMA. Can we get a bounce off that? I hope we get a V bottom bounce, not a U bottom bounce. Or I hope we don't even pass through it. We'll see what happens. Things are not looking good this morning with the dollar ratcheting up. So we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Here's FNGU, Friday's price action. You can see red, green, nice rally in the mid-afternoon. And then after that, just closing all red for the rest of the day. So sell off there on FNGU. Nice thing is we're back up over this 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. Okay, still consolidating up here. We still could ratchet up a little bit more higher. So we'll see what they want to do with FNGU. I think FNGU wants to take out the all-time high, but I don't know if they got the right products in there because Snowflake has not been working out well for FNGU. So there's our technicals this morning. Let's go back to our charts. Let's take a look at a few commodities. USO. Here's oil. All right, still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Friday's price action. Right there, we got a higher low, higher high closing inside the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO still in a downtrend. UNG still in an uptrend, making a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. So there's UNG. Let's take a look at silver and gold. Silver and gold, both in downtrends. All right, so silver takes out the low right here. Got a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Gold still in a downtrend, making a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Okay, so let's take a look at a few sectors. SMH. Now, SMH yesterday put in looks like a lower low and a lower high, closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. That's SMH. XLK, technology sector, did not make new all-time highs, but did, let's see what we got. Lower high, higher low, higher high, lower low, closing over a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend. XLK. SMH still in an uptrend. IYT. All right, IYT still in a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. Yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. We may have a turnaround for transports. About time after 2 months. All right, let's take a look at XLF. All right, XLF actually just putting in a bear flag right here. So you move down and over. XLF still in an uptrend. All right, yesterday's price action was a higher low and a higher high, closing just barely over a bullet bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. That's XLF. Still in an uptrend. So XLF still in an uptrend. SMH still in an uptrend. Technology, XLK still in an uptrend. IYT still in a downtrend. XLF still in an uptrend. If I didn't say it once or say it again twice there. So XLF still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at our economic numbers. First, we'll go to the economic calendar. All right, the main event this week, CPI 8:30 on Wednesday morning. Okay, it's going to be a big day. FOMC announcement at 2, same day. All right, FOMC announcement at 2, little presser at 2:30. Today, not much happening. Tomorrow, what do we got? We got quarterly services survey at 10. FOMC meeting begins. Okay, NFIB small business optimism index at 6 a.m. this morning. Doesn't seem to really impact the market. And you can see right there. So not much happening today and tomorrow. The main event is CPI 8:30 Wednesday morning. The markets are going to go wild. All right, Thursday. Jobless claims at 8:30. PPI final demand at 8:30. Natural gas report. As always, 10:30 on every Thursday, almost every Thursday. Should have a petroleum report at 10:30 on Wednesday. On Friday, import-export prices 8:30, consumer sentiment at 10, and a rig count. And then Goolsbee speaks again at 2 p.m. All right, so there's our economic calendar. The main event is Wednesday. Let's see what they do leading up into that. Typically, they like to jack up price going into these major announcements. We'll see if that's the same thing that they plan on doing. All right, so we were in almost a 2-hour downtrend Friday. So we're going to have to take a look at it, see if they can get that 10-minute uptrend going to actually reopen that 2-hour uptrend. All right, max pain for today is 534. Not a bad number. They're right around that already. Put to call ratio, about 1 2/3 puts for every call. Could be a put squeeze. We'll see what happens. Earnings calendar. All right, so for today, you can see nothing really market moving here, but some familiar names. Tuesday. All right, Oracle's going to report after the close, $339 billion there. That'll be the big one Tuesday, but don't forget Wednesday, that's the big day. All right, CPI on Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. Broadcom's going to report after the close, $649 billion. That's like 2/3 of $1 trillion right there. Okay, so that's Wednesday. Thursday. What do we got? Adobe's going to report $208 billion after the close. So all the big boys are going to report after the close. That could move the markets. Again, there's some familiar names in here, but nothing that's really going to move the markets like Adobe and Broadcom and what's the other one there on Tuesday? Oracle, yeah. Okay, so Adobe reports. Friday. All right, Coca-Cola Euro Pacific, they're going to report when they find their P&L. I thought they already reported. I guess they couldn't find their P&L. All right, and then Monday, Lennar's going to report. We got 2 Lennars, winds up being about 84 billion, about 83 billion there. So they're going to report on Monday after the close. Okay, so there's a big home builder right there. But all in all, not going to really affect the markets a whole lot, but it may affect the industry. All right, so there's the earnings calendar. Now let's take a look at what's causing all the trouble this morning and overnight. Okay, here's the U.S. dollar index. Okay, this was the high. Okay, we made a lower low down here, but guess what? We just took out this high. All right, so now we're back in an uptrend over the rising 200 SMA. All right, so we'll see what happens. If they come back on top of this high and start closing candles over these highs, that would be a very bad sign. That would be an indication that a bull flag may form, and then we're looking at higher highs. So we'll see what happens. There's the U.S. dollar index. All right, making new highs. So US dollar, even though I said it was in a downtrend, it was until we broke this high, which we did this morning right there. All right, so I'm going to take questions in the room. If not, I'm going to render my video. Joanne asked a question. It probably doesn't matter what the CPI is. They'll find a way to spin it in their favor. Yeah, they're going to do what they want to do. They really are. And I think that they want market volatility. I would imagine... I still think SPY wants 550. I still have that opinion that SPY wants 550. Again, they took a whole lot of risk here. I don't think they wanted a 1-to-1 risk. I think they wanted a 2-for-1 risk, and I think they have the opportunity to push it up to 550. That would be about a 2-for-1 risk. So one risk unit buying up this dip. 2 rewards would bring them up to about 445, 450. Excuse me, 545, 550. Yeah, totally agree with you. U.S. dollar versus European elections. Not up on our European elections, but you'll have to expand on that when you get the time, Stefan. So here we are. This is SPY this morning. All right. So we're going to render my video if there's no questions, and we'll come back at 9:15 and hand out our marching orders.